Hello, my name is Terrence Glover, and I'm the principal and founder of Urban & Mine, professional urban planning, land development, and CPTED consultants. Since many of you have mentioned to me that you have no idea what CPTED is, I thought I'd spend a few moments to briefly explain it and how it can assist you from a site safety, site design, and reduced liability standpoint. So CPTED, it stands for Crime Prevention Through Environmental Design, or as it's known in some parts of the United States, Design Out Crime. This approach to site design was founded by Jane Jacobs through her eyes on the street philosophy of good planning. It has evolved into a police and security response to crime, and more recently, an urban planning tool that looks at the existing or planned building and property to reduce the likelihood of crime from occurring on that site. This is not to say crime won't occur, but it will likely occur somewhere else. There are 4 principles to CPTED, being Principle 1, natural surveillance. This is achieved through maximizing visibility and the opportunity for observation through the placement and design of physical and social features, including the placement of gathering spaces or points of interest on the site, building orientation, lighting, windows, entrances and exits, parking lots, walkways, security stations, fencing, landscaping, vegetation, signage, as well as other physical obstructions. This principle helps create the perception of risk of being caught. The second principle is natural access control. This is achieved through logical and organized design to restrict and encourage the safe channeling of movement of people and vehicles into, out of, and within the site in a controlled manner. Natural access control should be coupled with natural surveillance techniques, as this principle helps create a perception of control over the possible offender, as well as easily identifies those who venture into areas where they shouldn't be. The third principle is territorial reinforcement. This is achieved through defining property lines and clear distinctions between public, semi-private, and private spaces through physical or visual design, which creates a sphere of territorial influence that can be perceived by and may deter potential offenders. Territorial reinforcement can be created using, among other things, landscaping, pavement designs, gateway treatments, signs, and fencing. This principle helps create a sense of proprietorship by the rightful user and helps easily identify those who venture into areas where they shouldn't be. Principle number 4 is maintenance. Well-maintained buildings and grounds inform potential offenders that somebody is home. It also reinforces the space's intended use and purpose. This principle helps create a sense of occupancy to the offender, as well as guardianship and proprietorship by the rightful user. And last is logical fortification, in which I consider to be a quasi-principle. Although only a quasi-principle, logical fortification is the fortifying of buildings and property to help secure a site. While window bars, triple bolted locks, and guard dogs can be a bit of an overkill, urban planners look with more of a gentle hand at how any fortification may disrupt the intended use, function, or beauty of the site. In addition, logical fortification should never conflict with any other CPTED principle, as it is essentially a final level of review. This quasi-principle helps create a sense of obstacle or inconvenience for the possible offender. Using these CPTED principles in the design stage, or retrofitting them into an existing site, will surely reduce the propensity of crime from occurring on that site, as well as potentially reducing your insurance rates and your number of claims. In addition, your exposure to liability is significantly reduced since you have gone through the CPTED exercise and implemented the recommended site improvements. To wrap it up, CPTED is essentially an audit of existing buildings and property, or a review of buildings and property designs before it is built. It can and will reduce the likelihood of crime, such as loitering, graffiti, assaults, break-and-enters, theft, etc., from occurring on a CPTED protected site. I hope this quick overview of CPTED helps you better understand what CPTED is and how it will benefit both your site and your wallet. Urban & Mine can perform CPTED audits here throughout Canada, the United States, or anywhere throughout the world. It's a universal process that can be applied anywhere. Thank you.